Ellington. I am one of the admissions counselors as well as the New York City recruitment coordinator for Stony Brook University. I want to say thank you all for joining us this afternoon. So just to kind of give you a brief overview of what we are going to discuss during this presentation, we're going to cover our different majors, our different academic programs, the requirements for the programs, scholarship opportunities, campus life, social life. So we're going to cover a lot of different things. And as previously shared, if you have any questions, please feel free throughout the entire presentation to submit your questions within the Q&A section. And then at the end, we will address all of your questions then. So Stony Brook, we are located in Long Island in Suffolk County. So our campus is about over 1,000 acres wide. So we're actually split between two halves. So the half that you're seeing right now in the image, the majority of the campus that you are seeing, this is considered west side of campus. So this is where majority of students' classes are going to be held. And overall, though it may seem overwhelming, everything is in walkable distance. We do have a campus bus that will take you around from building to building. You can walk from different buildings and still make it to class on time. Students are also able to have bikes on campus. So the accessibility of just getting around campus is very convenient. And then all the way to the corner, in the little corner, which you can see, that is actually our hospital, which is considered east side of campus. So some students will also have an opportunity to have class actually over at the hospital. So overall at Stony Brook University, we have about 26,000 total students. And this encompasses students that are receiving their bachelor's degree, their master's degree, as well as their doctoral degrees. And then we have about over 17,000 undergraduate students who are seeking their first degree. Now, what you can see here on this screen is just a couple of our top rankings that we have received in our time that we have been established here at Stony Brook University. And what you can also see is that we do have a very strong alumni. And we'll talk a little bit more about our alumni and different career opportunities a little bit later in the presentation. And here at Stony Brook, we offer over 200 academic programs. And for some of you who have done your research, some of you who are looking to do your research, what you will see with all of our different academic programs, they are going to be housed in what we call either a college or a school. So you're going to be applying to your specific program of interest, but like I said, it's just going to be housed either in a college or a school. So to give you a little bit more about our different colleges and school, for example, our College of Arts and Sciences actually houses our most popular and larger majors, such as our biology program, our psychology programs, our other natural sciences or social sciences programs. And then we have our most competitive college. And this is our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. So within our College of Engineering specifically, because of its competitiveness, what we strongly recommend, and this is for any student interested in engineering, that by your senior year, you have calculus and physics. Now, whether you have AP Calc or AP Physics, that's fine. If you do not, that's fine as well. But as long as you have calculus and physics by your senior year. And some of our programs within our College of Engineering are computer science, biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. So we have a lot of different programs within the College of Engineering. We also have our College of Business. We also have our School of Journalism. Stony Brook is the only New York State public university that actually has a School of Journalism. And we also have a newsroom on campus. So within our School of Journalism, students will have an opportunity to have a hands-on experience. And that's also within our School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences. So for most students who are very familiar, our main campus is located in the town of Stony Brook, but we do have a smaller campus in the town of Southampton. And this is further east on Long Island. And at this particular campus, it is a smaller campus, but also our School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences program, which for short we consider and call our SOMAS program. This particular program is actually also housed within that particular campus. And at that campus, we actually own our own boat. So students not only have an opportunity to actually have class in a classroom, but they can actually also have class on the water. So within this program, you have a lot of unique opportunities just to get more involved in the marine sciences. Now we also have our School of Nursing and our School of Social Welfare. So these two schools in particular are considered upper division. So what this means is that students are not directly admitted into our School of Nursing or our School of Social Welfare. So when it comes time to applying, you will be considered a pre-nursing student or a pre-social welfare student for your first 2 years until you complete those 2 years of required courses first. And then after you complete those 2 years of required courses, then you can apply into those individual programs. And then your last 2 years, you'll be taking classes over at the hospital. And that's also an opportunity within our School of Health Technology and Management. Now, I think this is a very important school because there are many students who desire to go into the health and medical field. And sometimes as students, you may not know exactly where you want to go in the health and medical field, but you know you want to be in that particular area. And it may not be a pre-med track, which for students who are interested, that's perfectly fine. And it may not be on the nursing track, which is also fine, but you still have that strong passion. So within this particular school, we have programs such as health sciences with a lot of different concentrations, whether clinical or non-clinical. We have a respiratory care program, as well as we have a clinical laboratory sciences program. So I do recommend for any student who is interested in going into the health and medical field, and you're not exactly sure where you want to go, definitely take a look at this particular school. Now, earlier, like I said, we do have a pre-med track, we have a pre-law track, and a pre-dental track, and a pre-vet track. Now, with all of these tracks, they are not majors. So for any student who's looking to get into any one of these tracks, when you apply, you will not see them on the application because once again, they are not majors. However, you can choose any major that you want. And I know for some students, they may not realize that, but just so you know, you can literally choose any major. So for example, if you wanted to go on to the pre-med track and you wanted to study in English, that is perfectly fine. If you want to go the biology route and still be pre-med, that is perfectly fine. So what's important to know when it comes to any of these tracks is that you have the flexibility to be in any major and still be on any track. So just know that as you're looking at schools and you're looking more into Stony Brook, to know that among all of our majors, you can choose any and still be a part of these tracks. We also have a teaching track, and our teaching track is only secondary, so that covers grades 6 through 12. So students do have an opportunity to eventually get their teaching degree. And like I said earlier also, we also have our own medical school on campus, as well as we have our own dentistry school on campus. And having these particular schools actually on our campus really allows students to have not only a strong academic resource, but also the opportunity to have networking resources right there at your hands because having those things right on our campus. And students do have an opportunity to actually have internships both at the hospital and the dentistry school. Research. So Stony Brook, we are known for our research. So we allow students to actually start research as early as your freshman year. So we have an office called our Undergraduate Research and Creative Activities Program. So for short, we call this Eureka. So between this office, like I said, you can go as early as your freshman year, and you can go to this office and let them know of your interests, whether it's STEM-based or non-STEM-based. Either way, they will help you find a research opportunity, whether on campus or off campus. Now, this other topic in regards to study abroad. And study abroad, I understand right now may be a little touchy, but we're gonna kind of go into the future and hope that by the time you get to Stony Brook, you will actually still have an opportunity to study abroad. So I wanna share with you at least all your opportunities for you to look forward to. So at Stony Brook, we do have different individual programs that are specific to Stony Brook students within certain majors or years, such as we have our College of Business for any student who is interested in the College of Business. We actually have an opportunity for those students to actually go to Greece and Rome. And then within our School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, we actually have an opportunity for those students to actually study in Jamaica. So there are some that are specific to certain schools and majors, and some can be specifically for certain years, such as only students that are juniors or students that may be seniors. And then you also have an opportunity just to go to any country, no matter what major or year you may be in. So this particular office, if you know you have a passion to study abroad, you can go to this office and they will help you find a study abroad opportunity. And also because Stony Brook is a part of the SUNY system, what is really special is that SUNY actually shares all of its study abroad programs. So this means that you can be a Stony Brook student and you desire to go to a certain country that Stony Brook may not go to. But because you are a Stony Brook student, and now you are also a SUNY student, you can now go with any other SUNY campus that may go to that country and actually study abroad with them. So these are all the different advantages that you can look forward to when it comes to study abroad. Now here are some of our different events. Right here we have our Roth Pond Regatta. So this actually happens in the spring. It's a lot of fun. Every year it's different themes. One year, I think it was Disney, and someone made like a huge Mr. Potato Head, which was really cool. Also one year they did superheroes versus supervillains. So you might have had like a Superwoman boat or a Batman boat or Superman boat. So it's a lot of fun, and the entire campus gets involved. So you have a DJ out there on campus, on the grounds, you have free giveaways, free food. So it's a lot of fun, and a lot of students look forward to one of these events. Another event that students look forward to every year is our Stony Brook concerts. We do one in the spring and one in the fall. The student government will go out to the student body to ask them about who they may want to see in regards to different genres. And then they will then decide which artists we can get every year. So every year will be a different person and a different genre. Of course, in the fall, we have our big homecoming. And then also in the spring, we do our Earth Stock, which is very environmental friendly. One of my favorite festivals that we have on campus is our Strawberry Festival. And this is where everything is strawberry. So it goes from strawberry fried chicken, which I know for some may seem a little, ugh, but I've heard it tastes actually really good. We have strawberry ice cream, strawberry cheesecake, and just regular old strawberries. So this is actually one of my favorite events that we have on campus. Now, dorming. So for any student who's interested in dorming, we actually do not require for students to live on campus. So you have the opportunity to dorm on campus if you wanted to, and if not, it's fine. So you are not required to live on campus, but you are guaranteed housing all 4 years. So you would just let us know if you want to dorm, and then we can do necessarily paperwork in that way. And if you decided the first year to dorm and then the second year you didn't, perfectly fine. Also, when it comes to dorming specifically for freshmen, as you're an incoming freshman, you have 2 styles. So the styles that you will have as an incoming freshman is a suite style or the corridor style, which is commonly known as the hallway style. And then as you become an upperclassman, you can either stay in those styles or you can have a single or an apartment. So this is the opportunity that you'll have in regards to dorming on campus. Now this map is just showing you the surroundings of what's going on in Stony Brook. Some of you may have already came out to campus before, and for some of you haven't had the opportunity as of yet, but at least you can kind of see what is going on around Stony Brook. So within Stony Brook, probably, I want to say maybe 5 to 10 minutes from campus, there's a Walmart, there's a Target, there's a shopping mall, there's a movie theater, plenty of restaurants. We have Chipotle, we have Shake Shack, we have Trader Joe's for those who love Trader Joe's. Also, we have Port Jeff Station, which also has nice little like pizzerias and bistros and different things like that. As well as right on our campus, we have the Long Island Railroad. So the Stony Brook Station is inside of our campus. So that means if you ever want to go back into the city, and as soon as you come back onto campus, you're actually inside of the campus. So it's right behind our football field, and then you can go right back up into your dormitories. So that makes it very accessible going back and forth to campus if you did want to go home into the city and come right back. So like I said, we have a variety of different things for you to get involved into when you are on campus. Now here we are at the application process. So our priority deadline is January 15th. We are not early action and we are not early decision. And then by April 1st, every student will receive a decision. And then by May 1st, you just let us know if you want to be a part of the Seawolf family. Now, in regards to applying, we are on the SUNY application, the Common application, and the new Coalition application. Now, I know that many counselors will prefer their students to use a certain application, which is perfectly fine. If you use any one of those threes, that's fine. There's no one that we prefer more than the other. So like I said, if your counselor prefers for you to use a certain one, that's absolutely fine. And then we review your transcripts. So on your transcript, we will see 9th grade, 10th grade, and 11th grade work. So that is going to be the bulk of what we're going to be reviewing in regards to your transcript. However, we can also see what you're taking your senior year. So for any student who is thinking about going into engineering, for example, and let's say by your senior year, you're taking that calculus and physics, we can see that. Or for any student who is taking that high AP or that high honors, we can see all of that on your transcript. So your transcript really kind of lays out the foundation of what we're going to be evaluating in regards to your overall application. But in addition, we will also be reviewing your test scores. So as of right now, a decision has not been made in regards to test optional, which I know may be a question that many of you have, and we'll address that a little bit more, a little bit to the end. So as of right now, in regards to test scores, we accept the SAT and the ACT. So for the SAT, we will super score. We do not require the optional essay or the subject to test. And then for your ACT, we will take your highest composite score. And then you also will have your college essay and then your letters of recommendation due. So definitely want to make sure, even for those who are beginning to start the process, wherever you can begin to maybe begin that college essay or reach out to your teachers for your letters of recommendation, the earlier you start in your college process, the easier it's going to be when it comes to your senior year. Now, this slide is showing you the variety of different pathways to be a Stony Brook student. So first we have our general admission. So for general admission in regards to the SAT, our students on average are coming in with about a 1250 and higher. On the ACT, about a 26 and higher. And for any student who is on the 100-point scale, you're coming in about a 91 GPA and higher. For the students that are coming in on the 4.0 scale, it's about a 3.6 and higher. Now, please keep in mind, this is representing the middle 50%. So it's just an average. It is not a cutoff. Some students will come in a little bit lower. Some students will come in a little bit higher. We are not just looking at one aspect in regards to your test scores or your GPA. We're looking at the overall application. And then we also have our EOP admissions. So for students who feel that they may qualify, so for EOP on the 100-point scale, it's on average about an 86 GPA and higher. For the 100-point scale, it's about a 3.1 and higher. The SAT, a 1070 and higher, or the ACT, a 18 and higher. Now with EOP, you not only have to be academically eligible, but you also have to be financially eligible. So as you're going through the college process, either with your counselor or whoever's helping you actually complete the application, you want to make sure that if you feel that you are eligible for EOP, on our application, there's going to be a little box. And it's going to ask you, do you want to be reviewed for EOP? And if so, you have to make sure that you check that box to be reviewed for EOP. So as you get closer to actually physically applying, I do recommend that you go to our website to review our EOP sheet, because that's going to give you the academics requirements, but it's also going to give you that financial requirement. So like I said, once you review it, and if you feel that you're eligible, just make sure you check the box on the application. Now, we also accept transfer students, because some students may not be eligible for general admission or for EOP admission, or some students may decide to go to, let's say, their local two-year school, or they may end up going somewhere else. However, for any student who's looking to transfer into Stony Brook, we like to see that you have at least 24 credits. So 24 credits look like you attending another university for at least 1 year, and you have at least a 2.8. At that point, you are now eligible to transfer to Stony Brook, and we no longer need your high school record in regards to your high school GPA and transcript or your test scores. So these different pathways there's no one pathway for one student. There's a variety of different areas. So you can figure out which pathway is the best pathway for you, and then apply. Now, for any student who is taking any AP courses, as long as you get a 3 or better on the exam, you will get the credit. For students who are part of an IB curriculum, as long as you get a 5 or higher on the higher level, you will also get the credit. Now, any student who's seeking any college courses or College Now courses from an accredited university, as long as you receive a C or better, you will also get the credit. Now, these are some of our honors programs. These are our 3 main entering honors programs. However, they are not our only honors programs, but these 3 programs you have to apply to on your application. So our 3 programs are our Honors College, WISE, which is just for women in the STEM fields, which is our Women in Science and Engineering. And then we have our University Scholars. They are all great programs, but they are different in their own individual ways, such as Honors College is a smaller honors program. It has their students have their own separate curriculum, as well as they have their own advisors within the program. And similar to our WISE program, they also have a specific curriculum. They also meet with their own individual advisors, but they also have special research opportunities. And then our largest honors college is our University Scholars. And this is more community service or leadership based. So if you feel that you have any interest in any of these honors programs, on the application, it's also going to ask you, do you want to be reviewed for any one of these programs? And if so, you had to check the box for the program that you would like to be reviewed for. Now, in addition to applying for these honors programs, you also have a separate honors essay that is due by our priority deadline of January 15th. So not only do you have to do your college essay with your application, but for those who are interested in applying to our honors program, you also have to do a separate honors essay. And specifically for our young ladies looking into WISE, there's an additional letter of recommendation that is required either from your math or your science teacher. And now the cost of attendance. So I know we may have some students who are from New York State, and we may have some students from out of state that are joining us this afternoon. So for our in-state students who are looking to dorm, we are just under $26,000. Like I said, you are not required to live on campus. So if you did not want to, you would just remove the room and board cost. And for our out-of-state students and families, we are just under $43,000. Now, these costs that you see is without any additional financial aid or any additional scholarships that can bring that cost down. So for incoming freshmen, every freshman's application is automatically reviewed for our merit-based scholarships. There is nothing additional you need to do. There's no separate application. there's no separate essay. So all you have to do is apply. You're going to automatically be reviewed for our merit-based scholarships. And if you are eligible for any of our merit-based scholarships, we would just notify you. And then as we come to the end or even closer to the 4 years, but I definitely recommend you do not have to wait until your 4 years that you're about to graduate. And this is where we were talking about earlier, our strong alumni. So the success of our students is very well, and it's continuing to grow. As you can see, about 94% of our students, once they do graduate, actually go on to graduate school or they actually get a job. But what I really want to stress specifically for our Career Center and for students as you're incoming is that I understand that sometimes some students may be coming in undecided, which is perfectly fine. And some students may be coming in with the major, also fine. But we have a great Career Center that you can use as you're in as an incoming freshman. You do not have to wait until you're about to graduate to go to our Career Center. Our Career Center provides a variety of different job opportunities. They also offer specific job fairs in certain interests, majors, such as there may be a health and medical Pacific College fair, career fair. So for students who are interested in going into that field, they actually have a college fair that's specific to them. And then our career fair, they're not only going to help you build up your resume, as well as going to help you continuing on to the next area, but they're going to be overall available to you all 4 years. So like I said, you don't have to wait until you're about to graduate to use our Career Center, because we will help our 6 students succeed as soon as they enter, and then once they're prepared to graduate. So at this time, we're going to actually go into the Q&A area. Like I said, I hope a lot of you were able to submit some of your questions that you had. I hope I covered a lot of different things, but just in case I didn't, please feel free to submit your questions. Also, what you can see here is our email address and our actually contact number where you can text us a question as well. So if there's any questions that we were not able to get to today, please feel free to email us or give us a text. And then for students who are interested in or are able to do the QR code on your phone, you would just open up your camera, hover over the QR code, and this is going to bring you to our digital inquiry card. So this is pretty much, if we were in person, you'd be filling out this card at a college fair or an in-person visit, but now we have it digitally. So if you're able to, like I said, scan over the image, it'll go directly into our system. So now at this portion, myself, as well as our Dean of Admissions, are going to answer some of your questions that you have submitted through your Q&A. So
Hello, everybody. I'm Judith Berhanen. I'm Dean of Admissions, and I'm joining L'Oreal Ellington in answering some of your questions. And one of the questions that we received, L'Oreal, was what can a student do to distinguish themselves? What's important in the application process?
So one of the questions, so in regards to that question, there's a lot of different things of ways that you can do to distinguish yourself in regards to your application. One of them, of course, is going to be in your transcript. So wherever you can and you feel that you can challenge yourself, that is always going to be the most helpful as well. Also, you have within your college essay and your letters of recommendation. So your college essay is also very helpful because for some students, it can share their passion to further their education, just where they may want to go with their major. And for some students, it may also fill in the blanks when it comes to their transcript at times. But just know your transcript is going to be what we're going to be looking at the most. Those supplementals like your college essay and your letters of recommendation are helpful, but definitely where you feel in your academics, where you can challenge yourself once again, really will show out throughout the application.
A related question, which I'll share and answer, is what will Stony Brook be looking for summer activity-wise from students, given the limited options now? all of you students, high school students particularly, should rest assured that colleges and universities across the country really understand and know that opportunities this summer for jobs and internships and potentially research may be limited, and some plans may have changed or opportunities may not be available. What we would encourage you to do is to remain positive, to focus on your plans for the coming year, and really use this time to do some research. Explore different careers. If you're interested in engineering, take time to research and look at different types of occupations, descriptions of different engineering careers, and what's required or what you would study when you enter college in those fields. Take the time to research your colleges, the different majors that are available. When you go to a college website, don't just look at the list of majors, but drill down and look at the actual courses that are available. Gain a better understanding of the requirements of different colleges. This is a good time to really do a lot of reading, do a lot of research, and to use that time wisely. Start to work on your essay. That's a great thing to do this summer. There's no reason for you to be panicked in September, October, or November about an essay when you have the time this summer. So those are some of the things that you can be doing. Look for ways that you can be productive at home or in your community. If there are any service opportunities, even if they are even virtual, see what you might do. We also have some questions regarding our access on campus to different activities. How do I get involved in student activities? And are there fraternities and sororities on campus, L'Oreal?
So yes, so we have about over 400 different clubs and activities. Our clubs and activities range from academic clubs. So we will have like a pre-health club, a pre-law club, there's a business club. And then we have social clubs such as fraternities and sororities. We have a hula hoop club, we have a Frisbee club, we have a Harry Potter Quidditch club. So in the beginning of the semester, we actually host what we call our involvement fair. And this is where all the different clubs and organizations actually come out onto the campus, and they kind of showcase all of their clubs and organizations. So if you already know what you're looking for, you'll be able to kind of see those different clubs and organizations, reach out to them. And then if you're not really sure, but you just kind of want to see, and maybe you'll come across something that you're interested in, you'll have the opportunity. So we actually encourage our students to get involved as much as you can. And I also agree that getting involved in something within your time in college is actually very beneficial. A lot of times students feel like maybe it's just a club or organization, but within clubs and organization, it also has the opportunity to build your interpersonal skills, as well as it can build your resume, such as being, let's say, the secretary or the treasury or the vice president, or even the president of your club and organization. So these are all things that build up your resume, but also build up within yourself your interpersonal skills. So I highly, highly recommend getting involved. And like I said, if you are looking for a specific club, you can actually go onto our website and it will outline every single one of our programs that you are looking for. So you can just type it in and see if it's there. And if by any chance out of our 400 programs, it's not there, you can also create a club on campus as well.
I see that we have a variety of programs about our honors, our varied honors programs, and I'd like to take a minute to hopefully address a few of them. Our honors college application process, as L'Oreal shared, starts with completing your basic college application, whether that should be the Common App, the SUNY app, or the Coalition app. If you are filling out the Common App and the Coalition app on the Stony Brook supplement, you will have the opportunity to tell us whether or not you are also interested in applying for one of our honors programs. It will be part of the application. If you're using the SUNY application, we will send all of our applicants using the SUNY application a link and information in the fall about how to apply and complete the supplement needed for our honors program. The letters of recommendation that you provide with your general application to the university, and Stony Brook only requires one, can be utilized for the honors programs. However, most of the honors programs require more than one letter of recommendation. Our Women in Science and Engineering program requires at least 2 letters, and specifically from math and science teachers. Students in any major can be candidates for the Honors College. Only young women who are interested in STEM majors are eligible to apply for Women in Science and Engineering. And then our University Scholars Program, which has more of a focus on leadership and service, is open to any student in any major. You can apply for consideration for more than one honors program. We ask you to rank which program you're most interested in. The process for being considered for honors is separate from the process of our general admissions review. First, you'll be considered for general admission to the university, and then, if admitted, your application, if you also indicated that you wish to be considered for honors, then your application is forwarded on to the appropriate honors committee. Stony Brook does have an early assurance program called Scholars for Medicine, which is our BSMD program. It is not an accelerated program. It is a guarantee for a small number of entering freshmen that they will have space at the end of 4 years. And that is one of the honors options that you can apply for or check off on the supplemental part during the application process. So we hope that that information helps you. Merit scholarship consideration happens automatically just by virtue of your completing your general admission application. You will automatically be in the pool for consideration for merit scholarships. Merit scholarships are based on the strength of your academic record, and they're highly competitive. Last year, we looked at candidates in the 93 or higher GPA range, and most candidates for merit scholarship consideration were in the range of 1350 combined SAT or higher, or on the ACT in the range of a 30 or higher. So merit scholarship consideration is automatic, and that once you initiate your application, you're in the scholarship pool. We had additional questions coming regarding what major do I need to apply for a pre-med major?
Sure. So like shared, when it comes to specifically any of our pre-professional tracks, and that means pre-med, pre-law, pre-vet, or pre-dental, with any of those pre-professional tracks, and I'm just going to stress pre-med just for as an example, you can choose any major. It is very common for students to go the biology major and be on the pre-med track, which is, like I said, perfectly fine, but you do not have to choose a STEM-based major just to be on a pre-med track. It could be history, like I said, it could be English, it can be another foreign language and still be on pre-med. And what I really want students, and I want all of you to know, is that this is important when it comes to looking at what is the best major. It really comes down to what is the best major that you have the most interest in. And that, like I said, being on any track, it does not affect your major courses. Because a lot of times students may go the biology track, which is perfectly fine. And then let's say they go pre-med at the end, and now they're like, I don't know if I want to go into medical school, because sometimes things change and it happens. And now they have a degree in biology and they're not really sure what they wanted to do. But if I chose by English as my major, still was on the pre-med track, and then later decided I have all the qualifications to apply to med school, but I'm not sure if I want to go now, which, like I said, things can change. But at least you can also still have your degree in English and still use it to your benefit. So like I said, there's no preferred major to be a part of a pre-med track. You can choose any major and still be on the pre-med track once you attend Stony Brook.
I see a question that says, what is the culture on campus what is the culture like at Stony Brook? What kinds of students fit in? I think the beauty of Stony Brook's campus is that it's a very diverse and very rich environment. We have students from all over the country and all over the world. Our students are very active and busy. They're very engaged in the campus community, whether it be in clubs, as L'Oreal mentioned, that might have an academic focus, whether that be in service organizations, whether they're doing research or internships. Our students are very busy. Their schedules are full. It's a very active campus. It is a campus, I would say, that values and encourages our students to be engaged in either volunteer work, community service, research, or internships. So we want you to gain experience along with your education. We have an excellent career center, excellent academic advising center to help you to find out about experiences that are going to complement your major and are going to really help you to learn outside of the classroom. Extracurricular activities at Stony Brook, as L'Oreal mentioned, so many different clubs and organizations. Our students learn a great deal through leadership roles in their extracurricular activities or through service opportunities as well. So those are some of the things that we think distinguish Stony Brook and kind of tell you what kind of personality we have or tell you a little bit about the campus life on campus. Many of our students have jobs on campus. We have student employment opportunities all across campus, whether it's through our academic departments, through our libraries, through our residence halls. Campus Rec Center is a great place for students to work. And we also assist and have opportunities for students to work in the nearby community, whether that be the local mall or other businesses or establishments in the area around the Stony Brook community. We have a question about the nursing program and how the nursing program is structured. If I'm in high school and I understand that Stony Brook's program is upper division, what does that mean in terms of how I apply and what should I put on my application?
So as shared, when you apply for students who are going to be using the SUNY application, you would not see the option to choose pre-nursing as your major, but you can choose, for example, health science or biology. And then once you actually are meeting with your advisor, at that time, you can let them know that you want to be on the pre-nursing track. So within your first 2 years, as you're meeting with your advisor, because they are aware that you have an interest in nursing, they're going to ensure that you have those 2 years of those required courses that you need. Now, what's also important to know is that those 2 years of required courses that you need to have, you do not have to complete those 2 years specifically at Stony Brook. You can actually go to our School of Nursing's website and see the outline of those 2 years of required courses. So if you decided to attend another university, complete the 2 years there, and then apply to Stony Brook's nursing program, you can. Or you can also just come to Stony Brook and complete the 2 years at Stony Brook and then apply into the program. It is a competitive program, but we are open in regards to the requirements. Like I said, you can just go on the website. But because for students who have an interest in going into the health field, I do recommend, as far as your high school courses, that you are strong in your science and math courses. If you are able to take 4 years of math and science, that would be to your benefit. But as long as you're taking as many courses as you can, once again, to challenge yourself, that's also going to be helpful. Our nursing program, in regards to its competitiveness, you do have the opportunity, like I said, to also have a pre-nursing club. So you'll still have a community as well for students who are interested in going into that track. In regards to their applications, we receive probably on average, maybe about 800 applications for about maybe 80 to 100 seats. So it is a competitive program, but like I shared, you can go onto the School of Nursing's website to actually see the 2 years of the required courses.
Great. Thanks. And I see another follow-up regarding honors programs. What's the difference between the honors and regular programs? And can I apply for an honors program once I get to Stony Brook? What if I'm not accepted as an incoming freshman, or maybe I'm not ready to apply to an honors program? Could I get into an honors program potentially in my second or third year at Stony Brook? Okay, our honors programs are primarily freshman year entry. One of our programs, the Honors College, will look at students after their first year at Stony Brook, and you can potentially get into the Honors College in your second year. But most of the programs are freshman year entry. What's the difference between the honors and regulars programs? Well, they are small learning communities, and we use the word community, that provide you with an opportunity to take some of your courses in seminar style classes and fulfill some university requirements by taking honors seminars or honors type classes. For the Honors College, there's a 4-year curriculum. For WISE, Women in Science and Engineering, their requirements are primarily focused in the first 2 years, and they center around providing you with certain research experiences in your first 2 years, and you get academic credit for that. The University Scholars Program has fewer academic requirements. Their focus is on the first year experience and introducing you to opportunities for leadership and service and campus engagement. All of our honor students will take courses within their major with general university students. The difference is that there may be some special or unique requirements that they will take as a member of the honors program. So think about being in an honors program as being an also. You have a full university experience, but you also have the opportunity to have this special and additional experience with your honors peers.
So I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you, everyone, for participating in our session. We do hope that a lot of you have been able to learn a lot about Stony Brook. We look forward to receiving more questions. We do apologize that we weren't able to get to everyone's questions, but you do have our contact information. So thank you so much for joining us again for this afternoon to learn more about Stony Brook University. And we wish you all the best as you're finishing your high school year. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.